Whether you call it bean bags, cornhole, or just bags, one thing you gotta call it is a whole lot of fun. While the Rustlers are enjoying their hot start to the season, they know that due to coronavirus, their dream year could be gone in the blink of an eye. The sun's out and families are returning to their favorite putt-putt course, and this one is a hole-in-one. Even though McNamee says getting hit by a pitch is no fun, the good news about it is that you get on base. Not only will the Mustangs have new helmets this year, they'll also have new jerseys. So they'll look good and they'll feel good. But will it help them play good? It is warm, it is crowded, and for the first time this decade, we bring you crosstown action. Bison taking on the Rustlers.
This is a young team, this is a hungry team. Only 6 guys coming back from that championship team from last year. So the focus, a lot of it, is going to be on team chemistry. So the tournament will get underway starting tomorrow, but I heard some teams might need one more. You know what, maybe I'll just stick to reporting. All right, I'll send things back to you guys. People were wondering if Fort Benton saved anything for this week's matchup against Cascade after their offensive explosion against Ennis last week, and clearly the answer was yes. You can't talk about the Argos if you're not going to talk about Zacchaeus Darko Kelly, the man with the thunderous dunks, but the man who's not just all about flash, he's all about putting the ball in the hoop. Well, to quote the Six God Drake, started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Now, I can't confirm or deny that Aubrey Graham was talking about the Great Falls Voyagers 2019 season, but it does fit. The Voyagers finished the first half near the bottom of the division, and while they are still in 3rd place out of 4 teams in the division, they're just 2.5 games back of the Missoula Osprey for a playoff spot, so every game is crucial. Voyagers taking on the Mustangs on White Claw night. Not even sure how that's a thing. Top of the first, Victor Ruiz. He's going to smack a base hit that's going to score Quincy McAfee and put the Stangs up 1-0 at the time in the first. Couple batters later, Reniel Ozuna with a shot down the third base line and into the corner. Scoring is Ruiz, also scoring is Eric Yang, and Billings is up 3 after the first. The Voyagers, they're going to come back with a little offense of their own. Bottom first, slamming Sammy Abbott with a base hit. That's going to score Luis Curbelo and Luis Mieses, bringing the Voyagers to within 1. That game has just gone final. Voyagers walk it off with the 8-7 victory. But Tony Froelich fair, sending it back like cold soup at a diner. Almost. Looking for a receiver, he finds Teague Fought up the middle for a big pickup, but the drive stalls out just like my car.
I was willing to do whatever it takes to get back out onto the field.
On Friday, the Fort Benton Longhorns came into Belt for a matchup with the Huskies, 2 undefeated teams competing for Northern Class C bragging rights. Fort Benton got the 50-24 victory, but the story of the game wasn't the Longhorn shutdown defense or the high-powered offense. It was the wrapped like a holiday present elbow of Jace Thompson. Thompson hurt his elbow in Week 3 against Cascade, and after seeing a specialist, it was determined that it wasn't just a sprain.
A broken chip off and then a little fracture in there. 6 weeks for it to fully heal, so the doctor said. I was pretty devastated, definitely did not want to hear that at all. They also said that as long as we have it locked in at 90 degrees with padding on it, we were able to play.
There was a chance his final season at Fort Benton was over. But last year, the Longhorns had Max Lane, a senior who played half of the 2019 football season on a torn ACL, and then played a basketball season as well. So when Jace looked back to last year, that was all the motivation he needed to find a way to play.
It was kind of tough to sit out when Max Lane had a torn ACL, and he was playing through that, so it kind of makes me look like a baby, so definitely couldn't sit out with just a broken arm.
Yeah, he'll play the rest of the year. Hopefully we'll get to where it's pretty heavy workload again. So my concern, of course, was can he carry the ball?
Jace's dad, Jory, Fort Benton's head coach, had his doubts initially. After all, he's not just looking after another player. He's looking after his own flesh and blood.
It was probably easier because I knew what his dad thought. So as the coach, I knew what his mom and dad thought, and I knew that they were both okay with him playing. And there's risk in everything in life, and he wasn't going to not play. He told me all week before the Belt game, my arm's broke, Dad. My legs aren't broke.
Jace ran for 2 touchdowns in the win over Belt, despite only playing in 1 quarter. It looks like for the rest of the season, the Longhorns won't just be getting touchdowns from him, they'll also be getting some extra heart. It's something every father of a ball player dreams of, getting to be the coach for his young slugger or flamethrower.
My favorite part is watching him succeed. That's probably the best part of it, watching him grow.
For 3 years, Ed McNamee has had the best seat in the house to watch his son Cam play ball, and Cam has gotten to learn lessons about the game he loves and also about the game of life.
Baseball is a game where if you fail 70% of the time, you're a Hall of Famer.
and there's no other sport that's like that. There's nothing in life that's like that. Through playing this sport, you deal with a lot of failure. I think that's something important in life. It's a really good way to practice not quitting. I think that's a lot of what baseball is.
The game is a test of failure. It's going to test you how well you can do, how well you can fail, and how well you can bounce back from failure.
But it's not all fun and games. As a matter of fact, Coach Mack, as the players call him, takes the game very seriously. But Cam doesn't get any family discounts.
Treats me the same, and I think that if he didn't, then that would make him a bad coach and make me a bad player.
And with both Coach Mack and Cam living in the same house, there are some negatives that arise from being in close quarters.
Have a bad day, you go home, and you're there, you're already feeling bad, but then the coach is there too.
But for both the McNamee boys, it's all about creating memories that will last a lifetime.
Just watching him go out and prepare every day, I think that's what's been a lot of fun. Is like he knows himself. He knows what his strengths and weaknesses are. He knows how to negate the weaknesses and amplify the strengths.
We went down to Arizona. I threw a bullpen for the academic tryout, and it went really well. And the lunch that we had after that was really good, and we just kind of sat and we were both in really good moods. And I think that day, that whole weekend was actually one of my best experiences of my life.
With Cam being a rising senior with 2 years left of eligibility, rest assured that next year the Mac Attack will be back. Reporting in Great Falls, Leo Goldman, SWX.